you. It's nice to see everybody. This has been quite the unexpected year that we've had. I remember very fondly being with, I know many of you last year when we were in Turku, so it's nice to see some familiar faces in a year when we haven't had a lot of opportunities to have air shows and have events like this. So as Ollie mentioned, we're excited today to talk about the F-18 and the Growler for Finland. As Ollie already mentioned, my name is Thom Breckenridge, and I lead our international sales for our strike surveillance and mobility division. So that includes the Growler, the F-18, T-7, and some of our other products. I'm going to just focus very briefly a little bit on what we're doing outside of Finland, and then I'll hand it over to Alain, who will talk more specifically about what we're doing here in Finland and what we're offering. And we have a lot of news to share. Since we were together a year ago, one of the most important things that has happened is in Germany. And in Germany, building on the success that we've had with the US Navy program, the German government has announced their intent to move forward with the purchase of Super Hornets and Growlers. So that is a major announcement that took place earlier this year as that country down selects to a combination, a solution very similar to the one that we're proposing to Finland. Obviously, we see a lot of similarities, a lot of commonality between the needs, the defense needs that Germany has, as well as the defense needs that Finland has. So that's an exciting development that's taken place. We'll touch on some of the other ones as well, but in general, what we're seeing here internationally for Super Hornet and Growler is really an unprecedented level of interest. So building on the success that we've had with the US Navy, pointing out the 5 or so major competitions that are publicly known, the competitions that I know you're all familiar with, that represents an aircraft quantity of more than 400 aircraft. So when you consider these 5 countries, and I'll touch a little bit on all of them, and I think importantly, I should point out that these aren't the only countries with whom we're having conversations. And the reasons why we won't go into all of them, of course, is due to the public nature. But just to re-emphasize the unprecedented nature of the interest that we have in the platform and in the capability, and really the suitability for both the needs of countries and the ability to address modern threats. So I talked about Germany. In India, we're competing both with the Indian Navy and in the Indian Air Force. The Indian Navy, interestingly, you may have seen some reports coming out of the US or of India, but we are actually undergoing with the US Navy now ski jump testing at Naval Air Station Patuxent River in Maryland in the United States. And what that is to really verify the Super Hornets' suitability and ability to work with the Indian Navy carriers, which of course are STOBAR, the short takeoff but arrested recovery, the ski jump type carriers. So we're, along with the Navy, Boeing is investing in that testing to prove out its capability, which we really think is uniquely well suited for Indian Navy needs. And I think that just really speaks to both Boeing's approach and the US Navy's approach of continued investment in this platform as we anticipate many decades of viability and of use throughout the world. So that's what's happening in India. Also in Canada and in Switzerland, those of course, like Finland, are classic Hornet operators. Again, many of the characteristics are very similar. In the case of Canada, obviously Arctic conditions. In the case of Switzerland, a lot of the same infrastructure rather. And so just as we are in Finland, we are offering Super Hornet capability both to Canada and to Switzerland. In the case of Canada, that proposal was provided to the Canadian government at the end of July. In the case of Switzerland, that'll be provided here in the fall timeframe. Again, Boeing working with the US Navy. And we're feeling very positive about our offers in both places, just as we are globally, for a lot of the same reasons that we feel that our offering is very well suited for Finland, which Alain will talk about. But the ability to leverage the existing infrastructure, the long and proven track record that we've had in Canada and in Switzerland of meeting our industrial commitments and really bringing significant economic benefits and jobs to both countries. Maria will talk about that more in detail. So again, just a little bit of a highlight of what we're doing internationally, why we feel very optimistic about the Super Hornet and the Growler's prospects internationally, just as we do in the US. And now I'll turn it over to Alain to talk more specifically and in detail about Finland. Thank you.